Good old Napoleon Total War. Why are you doing this? General's bodyguard is charging in.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And that's a route that has to... Oh, they were trying to go for the building. Okay. Oh, okay. That was actually smart. And it seems that gamble actually paid off. And now we have a building standoff. We have the Austrians in one building and the Turks in the other. I guess they're just gonna peek out of the windows and start firing at each other like it's like it's some World War II urban warfare, I guess. That's funny. That's actually funny to see. And what is up, everyone? Welcome to the very first, I think, yeah, this is the very first battle replay from Napoleon Total War. Holds a very special place in my heart, even though I don't feature it in the on the channel that much, but it is my second ever Total War game played. So let's head on into the battle replay. This is a 2v2 on Arcole or Arcole. I have no idea how to pronounce this. I played this back in 2010 when I was a wee lad. And I have no idea. I never learned how to pronounce any of these names over here. So please excuse me. And on this side, we have the army of the Russian Empire. This is... I believe this is Heli. I don't know the names of the players over here. So you'll have to... Whatever, I'll just wing it. And the Russians allied with the Turks. A very, very, very unusual alliance indeed. This is sacrilege on historical accuracy. And you know, it was something even back in 2010, something that really struck me in this game is how all of the soldiers have the same model. Like it's the same. it's Abdul and his friends. They all look exactly the same mustache, same beard. Oh, this guy doesn't have a beard and mustache. I guess that's a bit different. That is interesting. Melee Janissaries. Well, I do know they're actually pretty good in the melee. I mean, what a surprise. Melee Janissaries good in the melee. But on a map like this where there's a lot of irregular terrain, like, yeah, you can obstruct the enemy's line of sight. And man, this game looks a lot better than I remembered it. Oh, it does look a lot better. I dare say it looks better than Shogun 2, at least at this height. You know, I'm not sure about the actual models themselves. We got occupiable buildings on this side. It's a pretty symmetrical map. So you got a town over here. We have the Austrians on the other side. German Fusiliers. Hungarian. Yeah, lots of Fusiliers overall. I got some Uhlans on the flanks and Cuirassiers. Cuirassiers. Man, I don't know how to pronounce them. And the forces of the British Empire. Dragoons leading the way. They are going for a mad charge. You got Highland Foot. Normal foot over here, so skirmishers, fencibles, a very infantry heavy army overall, some line infantry and skirmishers, and they're rushing over towards their Austrian allies on this side. So they seem to be both taking a very defensive stance, and I know that Napoleon Total War, I mean, the meta is that people just tend to be very defensive overall. We got the Ottoman Empire advancing very slowly as well down the northern, according to the minimap, this is the northern part of the map. And it appears that none of these players brought any artillery to the fight. I don't know if they had an agreement, like in the rules, not to bring artillery, but that's a shame. You know, artillery is pretty important in this game, but I'm guessing because it has unlimited ammo for whatever reason. I have no idea why they gave artillery unlimited ammo in this game. Seems kind of silly. And it's interesting that the Turkish player over here has brought in Beylik Janissary Musketeers. I'm guessing, I remember they're pretty cost effective, but you normally see Nizam Jadid units. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Not the way it's like written, Nizam Sedid in this game. But yeah, that's just stuff for you guys, tidbits. But he did not bring the newer Janissaries or the newer Ottoman infantry. He brought in the pretty traditional Beylik Janissary Musketeers, supported by melee Janissaries. And there's a unit of Grenadiers, but I don't know if these guys have actual grenades, though. I know a lot of the Grenadier units don't have. At this point in history, the Grenadier units were basically an elite unit of infantry who didn't actually carry grenades. And yeah, Napoleon is definitely a different game with a different meta. There's a lot more maneuvering. There's a lot more of a deployment phase, so to say, of a pre-battle phase than there is in Shogun 2, which, you know, I'm not saying... If you're into... If you're a more action-oriented kind of person, you want a faster game, yeah, this game won't appeal to you. But I honestly like watching just the battles slowly unfold and everything slowly coalesce into a fight. And it actually gives me time to commentate on this crap rather than having to slow down the game and pause. Stakes have been placed, and yeah, this is something that I wish they kept in future games where you have actual deployables that you can place pretty much anywhere. So this section of the map is off limits as far as we're concerned for cavalry. This section is off limits. We got more Austrian forces advancing down this side, and it looks like they're trying to create multiple overlapping zones of fire, and they might try to push on the Russian player while the Turkish... What on earth is this Turkish player even doing? I have no idea. It seems like for blue team, their plan is to hold to start a line battle on this section of the map in the center, while the Turkish player advances in a really wide flank and they crush the red team in a massive enveloping maneuver. But that's extremely risky. Like, it could work, but it's also extremely risky. I'm not sure if the Ottomans will have time to advance, like, will be able to get towards the British in time. And keep in mind, these British are in a pretty strong position. There's a really good hill over here where they could have overlapping zones of fire. They could set up skirmishers in the bush and keep them hidden until the very last second. Yeah, this is... And that's exactly what they're doing. They're having rifles. They're probably going to hide these rifles over here in the bush. Oh, we have an advance. We have an advance. We got some skirmishers who may start firing at this point. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they're in range. Or they're placing stakes. Okay, interesting. So they're really trying to wall the Russian player in, at least in terms of cavalry. And that does mean that this is impassable. These bodies of water are impassable. There is one fordable area on this side. There is one fordable area, so the Ottoman player could have a change his mind and advance down this area. And I don't think the Austrian player would be able to hold against both forces. Oh. No, they are not firing on the Jaegers. They're firing on the Musketeers. Oh. And yeah, so that's the first contact. We got several Russian Musketeers dead. No counterfire. Oh, we have fire. We have fire. We have contact. We have more contact. We got rifles on both sides exchanging fire. And it seems like, yeah, the Austrians are... Okay, the Austrians have fewer men, but yeah, they're trading really well. Russian Jaegers are not firing, despite... I think they're in range. We'll see about that. Yeah, that was a really bad volley. They got like 4 kills. Yeah, they got 4 kills. You can see the inaccuracy there. We got a few stray bullets that went into the Fusiliers in the back. The Turks are advancing, and I think the rifles... Yeah. Rifles have opened fire. They're behind the safety of stakes. I'm not sure if the stakes do any damage to approaching infantry. We'll see that now. I think... okay, here come the Janissaries. Here come the Janissaries. They may not be the best line infantry, but they will murder rifles at this range. Oh. Ooh. And the rifles are holding up pretty well. Oh, I'm mistaken. Sorry, I expected them to get slaughtered. Yeah, they're holding up pretty well. I'm not sure if he stretched out the Janissaries as far as he could, because, man, they are not doing well in this fight. They're not trading well. Oh, look at this. Oh, attention to detail. So this guy's actually getting dragged along with the horse. Oh, so they took that out in later games. That's sad. Just general attention to detail. We got some, finally, a wider exchange of fire on this end between skirmishers. Austrian Grenzers versus Russian Jaegers. We got the melee Janissaries in the rear, and they're taking significant fire. So all of these stray bullets, yeah, it's really bad. The Turkish player put up a really bad fight. He should definitely be advancing with his Janissaries now, the melee units. Okay, that's not an ideal target. They should have been firing. Okay, we'll see now if the stakes actually... Okay, so no, it doesn't cause any damage to the infantry. And here come the Janissaries. First, the Beylik Janissary Musketeers in the melee. And yeah, the charges do not look good in this game at all. And the Turks are losing that fight. Yeah, this is sad, so sad to see. My god, all of these really good units just got wasted. Holy crap. We got the Janissary Grenadiers rushing in. Here they come. And I think the British unit has been broken off here. Yeah, I think that unit's been shattered. We got some Legion foot against melee Janissaries. So it seems the British are winning on this front, on this side. Though not by much. All right, so the British units have been broken on this flank, it seems. Yeah, now the Turkish advantage in melee is showing here, but they're bunching all these units together, and I don't think it's the most optimal way to approach this fight. It seems the rest of the British units are withdrawing towards their Austrian allies. So maybe this envelopment is having the intended effect. We still got the Grenadiers advancing against an isolated unit of rifles, and there's one unit of Dragoons. I'm not sure how well these Dragoons would do against the Grenadiers. So this is gonna have to be... Oh, never mind. You're gonna have to coordinate that attack, but the Janissaries are advancing, and yeah, they're going straight into melee. It seems he might have learned his lesson. Like, fighting against rifles is not at range. Even with Janissary Musketeers, it's not a good idea. So he's gonna go straight into the melee. He's gonna go straight into the melee. Somehow the rifles are winning in the melee. Man, these British units are insane. We got the Austrian Uhlans coming in for final support. Okay, he's gonna break. He realized, yeah, this is an isolated Ottoman unit. Might as well take it out before the next phase of the fight. We can't. We need to make up for whatever losses the British took on in the first fight. And that seems to have worked out. So that's an entire unit of Beylik Janissaries that are out of the fight. Oh no, it's actually this building that they're referring to. We got a unit of Fencibles. And these two guys are just standing out here. Good old Napoleon Total War. Good old Napoleon in Total War. We got a line battle. We got a line battle unfolding on the southwestern sector between the Russians and the Austrians. And the Russians get a good volley off before the Austrians. Let's see if that's enough to get them to win the fight. We got musketeers against German fusiliers. Combat is winning slightly according to the game. There's also Russian Jaegers in the front who are providing some added firepower. We got the Jaegers in the center. We got a Jaeger battle in the center. Oh, it honestly looks like the Russians are winning this fight. Looks like they might be winning here. Oh man, this is awesome. There's just the amount of smoke and bullets flying. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. This is gunpowder warfare, my boys. This is true gunpowder warfare. So we've got a pretty ferocious fight ensuing. Russian units have charged. Russian cavalry and infantry are charging in against Hungarian fusiliers who are in retreat. While the British are just are really not contributing overall. They're not really involved in the fights. The Turks are still not really advancing. And it seems the Austrians are losing. They have given up this flank to the Russians. Russian cavalry are still decent strength. While in the center and on the left Austrian flank, they are losing the firefight overall. It really seems, yeah, they are losing the firefight. I'm surprised. I expected them to win that. Russian unit Hungarian fusiliers have formed square, while the British cavalry, the British dragoons are charging in to meet the Russians and support the Hungarian fusiliers in the melee with the cavalry. Not sure how this engagement is going to go. I really don't know who's going to win that melee. While the Turks are advancing, we got grenadiers. We got grenadiers slowly advancing. We got more Beylik Janissary grenadiers advancing into the building. Don't seem to be encountering much resistance in terms of like enemy fire. All right. According to the game, the British are winning and they're firing into the building, but I'm not sure if that's doing any good. Russian advance has temporarily stalled on this side, but they don't. They're not really a flank anymore because there's no center. The center seems to have broken away. There's one unit of Hungarian fusiliers charging into the Jaegers. Maybe they'll be able to pull something off, but even if they beat the Jaegers, there's the musketeers in the rear.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Yeah, and then the enemy the Austrian general is charging into Russian musketeers, and that's routed that unit. Oh, let's see. Maybe the Austrians will be able to pull something off in the center, but does it matter? They're going to be completely isolated from the British allies. Both the British and the Austrians are going to be isolated, and the Turks, I don't know. Seems like their advance is petering, is fizzling out. We got the Austrian general versus. Okay, and the Austrian general has lost that fight.
Sir, your general has been killed. This is a black day.
So the Austrian general is dead at possibly the worst time in the fight. Hungarian grenadiers are not doing too well against Sipahi cavalry. Maybe if they had been in the square formation, they would have done a lot better. But I think that's a huge mistake on the Austrian player's part. It seems he forgot about that one unit and may have been enough to tip this fight into the favor of the Rousseau Turkish alliance. Got the Grenzers opening fire on Jaeger regiment. Russian soldiers are trying to form square over here, but I don't think they formed it in time. Yeah, didn't form it in time, it seems. And they are going to lose this fight. Jaegers are trying to intervene. They're also routing. All right, that's it for this section of the Russian force. They've been completely overwhelmed. General's bodyguard. What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why are you doing this? I feel like this guy's trolling at this point. Like, I'm just going to throw the general away and just do my ally. Pretty foolish move at this stage in the fight. When every unit absolutely counts.
Our men are running, sir.
Notch. Oh, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Seems like it seems like the Ottoman Janissaries did not get a counter charge.
Our men are running, sir.
Ooh, the Turks. Who's running? Got 1 unit of Austrian cavalry routing. Janissary Grenadiers and both Janissary units are holding despite the strain, despite almost to the last man. Yeah, they are holding. I guess that general really is inspiring them. We've got 1 Austrian unit advancing across the bridge. Grenzers down to 27 men. And I have no idea what they could possibly do to change the situation. General's bodyguard is charging in.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And that's a rout. That has to... Oh, they were trying to go for the building. Okay. Oh, okay. That was actually smart. And it seems that gamble actually paid off. And now we have a building standoff. We have the Austrians in one building and the Turks in the other. I guess they're just gonna peek out of the windows and start firing at each other like it's like it's some World War II urban warfare, I guess. That's funny. That's actually funny to see. Oh no, why are you leaving the building? Wait. Why are you leaving the building? Was it to get rid of the cavalry unit and that's it? But no, there's still a general's bodyguard at the back. There's still...
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And that's the end of the fight. So we got Bishamenten and the Pope who won this fight. Against Fighter Gab and Gary Joshua. I don't know these 2 players. I know Bishamenten, he's my Discord mod, and Saint Stalin the Pope. Let's check the stats. So this is Bishamenten, 48. Yeah, pretty balanced kills overall, it seems. Every unit's got a fight. Oh, this is just for his units. Okay. Yeah, it seems like they got pretty balanced kills overall. And that is Napoleon Total War, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more multiplayer replays from pretty much any Total War game, just send them my way. The Discord link is in the description, and I will try to get to them as quick as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! Hey there guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, I do Let's Plays for strategy games like Total War, city builders like City Skylines and Frostpunk, open world games like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and first-person shooters like Battlefield 1 and Metro. You can hop onto Discord and join in on all the fun. And if you want to support the channel further, you can subscribe to my Patreon and gain access to exclusive videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!